Hello, and thanks for joining us for this edition of SBU TV News. I'm Robin Sanders.
The NBA is coming off a TV-friendly finals series between the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a rivalry renewed from the 80s, and many people expect both teams to meet again in the finals. The Night's Inn might not be the most glamorous place to stay, but it does provide the necessary comfort that a person needs. Irish people take great pride in their heritage. The festival here in Olean is where people try to keep Irish culture alive. The 3-on-3 league is fun for most students, but for those serious about trying out for a walk-on position, it may not provide the best competition. While Finney is proud of the family-like atmosphere the team possesses, he pushes his teammates to compete just as hard in practice as they do in the games.
Jeff Hardy, steel chair in hand, and look at that! Every second, ring and beat him. Oh, not again!
The results in professional wrestling are predetermined, but pro wrestlers endure a lot of pain due to the schedule and the expectations of the fans. Kurt Angle, widely considered the industry's top performer, talked about his severe health and drug problems with RF Video this past fall.
I understand the death toll is a lot higher in professional wrestling, and it has a lot to do with the late 80s era of the heavy drugs they were doing and everything, and it kind of never broke out of it, but also it's the abuse that your body takes. I mean, back then those guys were wrestling 35 days straight. You know, it was crazy. It's not like that anymore, but it's still a brutal schedule.
Angle does regret some of the times when he was reckless in the ring.
It was stupid. And the biggest bump wasn't my moonsault, wasn't his flying headbutt. It was the German off the top rope where I landed on the back of the head.
I was in a lot of pain. I was very agitated about knowing I had to go to neck surgery. I started feeling upset about it. At that particular time, I was uncertain of the choice I made. I was very angry, very upset.
Angle stresses that society has become spoiled, so that's what puts pressure on the industry to deliver above and beyond expectations.
People in this world want to see bigger, faster, stronger. So society has kind of forced sports and entertainment to kind of take that route.
World Wrestling Entertainment, the WWE, took severe criticism in the media when Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit died. Benoit committed suicide after killing his wife and child in 2007.
You know, a wrestler who had been abusing both steroids, painkillers, and I think there was even talk of him having some other issues, mental health issues, and taking prescription medicines for that. I think just the long-term abuse of all these medicines together kind of made for kind of a lethal cocktail, which led to him snapping.
Wrestlers have a reputation for abusing painkillers. When it's mixed with steroids, alcohol, and injury, it makes for a deadly combination. I was
taking way too many. I'm lucky to be alive today.
You know, there's a lot of side effects to prescription painkillers. Obviously, the first things that we see most often are kidney and liver failure and gastrointestinal issues just from the medicine itself.
For SBU TV, I'm Robin Sanders.
St. Bonaventure's rugby team is currently undefeated. Robin Sanders sat down to talk with one of its players.
Matthew Finney. I'm a number 9, a scrum half for St. Bonaventure University Rugby.
Matthew Finney is one of the key contributors to the rugby team. Finney isn't worried about personal goals, as winning is all he craves.
Win every game we can. And it's hard to talk about a personal goal when like I was saying before, we're all invested in it. We are a band of brothers, to use the play-it-out term, but we all want to win for each other and for ourselves. Our big goal is to put St. Bonaventure in the national spotlight. We want to go to the national rugby tournament out in California.
The fact that rugby is more of a thinking man's game appeals to Finney.
The whole sport, it's as much of a giant cluster mess that it looks like a lot of times. It's a very intricate sport with a lot of set pieces, set plays we call them. But I personally like the thinking aspect of it. That's why I like the scrum half position. The guys on the team are one unit. We're a solid team, and they're like your family here. We get together so well, and that's a big part of our success this year.
While Finney is proud of the family-like atmosphere the team possesses, he pushes his teammates to compete just as hard in practice as they do in the games.
We're definitely competitive with ourselves. I mean, we're always trying to get better. One of the biggest things we try to do on a day-to-day basis in practice is be better than the day before. Our coaches and our captains do a great job of stressing that if you strive for greatness, you can be great.
Finney echoes the same persistence as the coaching staff. He wants to annihilate the competition, but at the same time, he remains level-headed.
We're very good this year. We're winning by a lot. We're nationally ranked, again, which is nice, but he never talks about the national ranking. He knows what we need to work on. He can spot the little things that make the little differences that let us win by larger margins, and you need that in a coach.
For SBU TV, I'm Robin Sanders.
That Hotel DeSoto or the Knights Inn, the room itself, when I opened it, it was very dark and dank and dreary, and almost like a crack hotel. Very dirty. I would be afraid to put my head down. I would think that there would be some kind of a bed bugs or roaches.
If some people feel this way about the Knights Inn, then why would anyone want to stay here?
Our prices are very reasonable as compared to these motels, and rooms are comfortable, nice, clean rooms.
And most people are probably just picky about, they're used to staying in the more modern motels where it's new stuff, but I mean, I have no problem with this hotel. It's pretty good for me and convenient, I say, and clean rooms.
Everything is fine, even then they don't like it because they have something in their mind, five-star hotel standard. It's not that standard, it's an old motel.
Management admits that business is not good, but they are confident that eventually business will pick up again.
Our motel is a big, about 76 rooms, so it's very hard to fill the rooms. There's a big maintenance expenses, there's a big utility bills, there's a big payroll, so there are a lot of expenses. The owner is planning to renovate the rooms, and once she renovates the rooms, then definitely people will come more and more. They will like it more.
People believe the motel does offer personal advantages that customers cannot find at a place like Country Inn & Suites.
It's more peaceful, quiet, nobody bothers you.
Parking. Our motels they can park their car in front of their room. In our rooms, they can sit outside. They feel just like a home.
The Knights Inn might not be the most glamorous place to stay, but it does provide the necessary comfort that a person needs.
For SBU TV, I'm Robin Sanders.
We're on the one road, maybe the wrong road, but we're together.
The annual Commodore John Barry Irish Festival recently took place in Olean at Gargoyle Park. The event was held by the Ancient Order of Hibernians to spread Irish culture.
Spreading the tradition, that's most important to us. Whether we make a whole bunch of money because we don't, isn't all that important. We really want to get the music, the food, the dance, just the culture out there, and so that it keeps alive.
The Irish culture is one of the most celebrated in America. People at the festival explain why they are so proud of their heritage.
Just the jolliness of the heritage, it's very jolly. Everybody's happy, as you can see.
And they always seem to have a lot of fun. Beer drinkers, which I drink my share of.
A lot of it has to do with the circumstances under which the Irish people originally came over here. A lot of religious persecution. And then of course you had the potato famine, where people were basically starving to death. That tends to keep people together.
Irish people take great pride in their heritage. The festival here in Olean is where people try to keep Irish culture alive.
So this is why the Irish people do it. They're more party-oriented than a lot of people. I don't think they take any more pride. It's just the facts that they party more, and party means festival.
For SBU TV, I'm Robin Sanders.